How much reverb can you put on your vocals before they become borderline unlistenable? Well, the newest Ghostwave album, Radio Norfolk, answers that question for you. No, Ghostwave is a New Zealand band from Auckland, where I'm from, so they've come out with some pretty interesting stuff in the past, and it was their newest album here that caught my attention. I heard songs like All You Do Is Kill, which had a very strong psych rock vibe to it, very lo-fi as well, also a very strong shoegazing vibe as well. That wall of sound characteristic was truly evident on this album here. However, Radio Norfolk, when I listened to it, just didn't live up to what I was expecting. The vocals are probably my biggest problem with this album. On these vocals are some pretty heavy, cloudy, muddy reverb effects. They just mire the vocals, making them very hard to actually hear. You can barely hear the vocals, let alone what the lyrics are supposed to be. The tracks Who's Doing the Talking, Julian Knows, and Honey Punch, they had some pretty good melodies, but the vocals that are singing them end up sounding like echoey gibberish at best because of those reverb effects that are just clouding them up, making them very muffled. Secondly, the tracks on this album are just kind of boring. Like, I don't like to just generalize an album and say, oh, that's boring to listen to. I like to at least justify why it's boring, and in this case it's because of just absolute tedium. There are some good melodies and some choruses that had the potential to be catchy. Take for example the song Blues Signal 79, which has this chirpy recurring melody that accompanies the vocals on the chorus. And when I say recurring, I really mean recurring. This thing carries on throughout the whole track and it becomes extremely tedious. And this repetition doesn't build up to anything, it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, it feels all very directionless. Like, in my opinion, this was a disappointing release. I was all for the sound they were going for on this album, it was just not executed in a very interesting way. So I'm going to give this album a 4 out of 10. Compared to Ghostwave's previous releases, this is just less crisp, it's less catchy, and a lot less interesting. And that's it.